Hey guys, it's the Killer Nacho again, filling in for Rostein, and he's having a battle here against trentRofl, who is another great YouTube battler, and both of them are good friends of mine, so I'll be interested to see what the outcome of this battle. So Ross uses Jirachi and just goes for a Iron Head to flinch the Tyranitar, and the Tyranitar has a Burn Orb, which is kind of interesting. I'm kind of interested to see why he gave it a Flame Orb. But wow, the Bronzong set up a Trick Room, so Trent's actually running a Trick Room team, as Jirachi sets up the Stealth Rocks. Okay then. So, Trent uses Hypnosis on the incoming Suicune, and now Suicune decides to switch out into Scizor. The Trent missed with the Charge Beam, which isn't lucky for him. So, Scizor goes for the Swords Dance, and he doesn't... Wow, he switches out against Rhyperior because he doesn't want to take the Earthquake. Instead, he lets Suicune, who's usually pretty physically bulky in the EVs, take the Earthquake, and he takes the Earthquake quite nicely. So Trent goes out into a Scizor now, maybe trying to set up against a sleeping opponent. So we'll have to see. So Ross goes out into his Mence, and Scizor just goes for a U-turn. So I suppose this is actually a banded Scizor. So, Trent goes out into Bronzong, and that's kind of interesting. And I guess Trent wasn't predicting that Fire Blast, but maybe he was! Wow, Trent was carrying the Yaka Berry. So, this is a pretty interesting team Trent's running, and the Bronzong has Hidden Power Ice. So this is a pretty interesting Bronzong right here. Trick Room Bronzong with Hidden Power Ice and an Yaka Berry. I guess it worked out for him in this battle. So, Trent's going to set up the Trick Room again, and Ross is going to go out into Raikou and set up a sub. So Trent's going to go out into Tyranitar now. Raikou's going to go for a Hidden Power, which is neutral against Tyranitar. Maybe, I don't know what kind of Hidden Power that is yet. I just don't know. But anyway, Tyranitar is going to go for the Earthquake to break the sub. But Ross makes an excellent play and just sets up the sub again, and that means Tyranitar is going to die to his own burn, and that just means that Trent just wasted his Tyranitar there. So that's pretty good for Ross. So Scizor just goes for the U-turn and breaks the sub on Raikou again, and goes into Rhyperior. Raikou decides to go for the Hidden Power, which is super effective against Rhyperior, which means it's probably Hidden Power Ice, I'm guessing. Not quite sure, but that's the most likely scenario, I'm guessing. I just don't know. Alright, so Ross goes back into Suicune to take the Earthquake, and the Suicune takes the Earthquake pretty nicely. Ross is going to go for the rest because he just wants to maybe wall out this Rhyperior. I don't think Rhyperior can... even that looks like to maybe be a 4-hit KO at best, so pretty good play just to get some health back. And Trent's still determined to get some damage on Suicune, so he goes for the Earthquake again. It looks like it might be a 3-hit KO after like a sandstorm hit, but it might not be. I think it might be a 4 KO. But Trent decides just to go for the Bronzong again anyway, maybe trying to set up against a sleeping opponent again. So he actually switches out into Scizor. So that's a kind of a interesting switch. He just didn't want Bronzong to die quite yet, so I don't really know why he sent it in to begin with. But Scizor takes the Surf, and Trent's going to try to finish off the Suicune with Bullet Punch, but Suicune does resist Steel. Not to mention this Suicune looks to be physically bulky, so Trent was not able to finish off the Suicune with Bullet Punch, and that's really bad for him. Maybe he was just trying to get some damage on it, predicting Suicune will try to finish off Scizor. I don't know. But Trent goes into a signature Pokemon, Jirachi, and I say that because Trent has like a Jirachi in every team. It's like his favorite Pokemon of all time. This is a Calm Mind Jirachi, so he's going to try to set up some Calm Minds when Suicune is sleeping, and he's going to try to set up another one, and this doesn't look good for Ross, but Ross has the Roar, so I bet Trent was pretty angry to see the Roar, and now Trent has to go into Scizor, and he's just going to let Scizor die to the Surf, and that's not good for Trent, and I'm pretty sure Trent was not happy about losing the Scizor like that. I bet Trent wasn't happy about that Roar. But now Trent decides to go back into Jirachi, and this Jirachi has Thunder. So that's super effective against Suicune, but Suicune still takes it like a beast. And Trent isn't able to get like the para hacks or anything. And that just blows for trentRofl. And now the Suicune's going to try to set up some Calm Minds. And for some reason, Trent wants to go for the Psychic. I don't really understand that too much. Maybe he is hoping for a special defense drop, or maybe he's kind of, yeah, maybe he's hoping for a special defense drop, I'm thinking, or, I don't even know. Not maybe because Psychic doesn't miss. So he's going to try to go for the Psychic again, and doesn't get the special defense drop again, and Suicune's going to again try to set up a Calm Mind. So this Jirachi is not very good at using Serene Grace, and he's going to try to go for the Thunder again, and it doesn't KO, and once again he doesn't get the Para Hack. So that's not good for Trent, and oh, the Jirachi actually survives the Surf, which is epic win for the Jirachi. So I wonder what Ross is going to respond. He stays in with Suicune, and Trent gets a crit off the Psychic. So I don't know if it would have KO'd otherwise, but after the crit it definitely KOs. I guess that kind of makes up for the Serene Grace not triggering. So yeah, Trent goes for the Psychic, predicting the Raikou to try to set up a sub, which was a great prediction for Trent. And I'm expecting Raikou just to finish off the Jirachi here with Thunderbolt, and he does, and that is a dead Jirachi. So, that Jirachi is now dead, which is excellent for Ross, because that Jirachi was going to be a pain in the butt for him, I'm sure. And, yeah, Trent goes into Lucario and does the expected Extreme Speed, which means Raikou is defeated, and now Ross goes back into Jirachi. And Jirachi's going to try to go for the T-Wave, which I guess Trent predicted and went into Rhyperior, who is immune to T-Wave. And it looks like Ross is going to try to be gay and do the flinch hacks thing with Jirachi, Serene Grace hacks with Iron Head. And he's just going to keep doing it. Trent's going to go back into Bronzong, and Iron Head is still getting flinches, which isn't good for Trent. And he doesn't get flinch there, but he misses the Hypnosis. So Trent was not getting lucky through that entire Iron Heading thing. So yeah, now Trent goes into Lucario just to close combat. And I think this is pretty much a good game, because now Jirachi's going to be able to set up a T-Wave, yep. And now he's probably just going to be able to Iron Head, and Luke has that -1 defense because of close combat. And even if he does hit with close combat, I think Jirachi might live at this point because of lefties. So yeah, he's going to go for an Iron Head. And when you're being flinched and paralyzed, the chances of hitting aren't too good. And actually, he does get a close combat off. That's pretty lucky. But like I said, like the Jirachi survived with 4 hit points, which was totally bad, totally terrible for Trent. And all he has left is Rhyperior, who dies to the Stealth Rock. So great game, you two. Really had fun narrating it. Rate, comment, subscribe to both of them. Bye.